Cut the music. Cut the music.
Daniel, what is going on?
I don't even know. It's been 2 weeks without them hearing our voice. I don't even want to introduce us, but just in case you forgot, it's No Wrestling in the House. It's a family podcast made by family, not for your family. But we are glad you're listening. We were at Raw and SmackDown last week in Toronto, Ontario. How was your feeling about all that?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I didn't have a preference overall. Raw was good. SmackDown was good.
Excellent.
It seems to be going all in for the weeks leading up to SummerSlam. Could be just a ratings ploy. I don't know. But, Daniel, a lot is going down.
And you said the sexiest word of all, King. And that's SummerSlam. And that's what we're expecting this Sunday. So let's talk about the highlights from both weeks.
As we're
heading into SummerSlam. Alrighty. Okay, first and foremost, let me just address the Toronto crowd who booed during Bayley's speech about her
I don't
injury.
think it was just a Toronto thing. Like, you know how King has given us the credit of being the first Bizarro brand. I don't think it was just a Toronto crowd thing. I think it was a WWE fan in general thing.
I think so.
I don't think they were booing her. I think they were booing her use.
Yes.
And, it was definitely a heartfelt moment, which sucked because she got injured. Have it be the wrestling gods working to get Sasha Banks in the women's title picture. I'll speak on that later. But it was just, I think everybody was just booing just the upset. It wasn't just there, Daniel. They were booing him a couple weeks in a row now.
I know. I know. In my opinion, there is appropriate times to boo and appropriate times to not.
Are you hating on wrestling fans?
I'm this is my gear grinding moment. I'll tell you how much I hate
heartfelt moments.
It's how much I hate other wrestling fans.
Man, you probably shouldn't be saying that on here.
I'll save it for later then. But yeah, as you said, Sasha Banks.
If you want to talk about that,
sure.
I will say that.
Is there anything else from our nights you wanted to mention, or just something that was in particular good for you?
There was Brock Lesnar destroying the Miz Taraj.
Absolutely.
Really fun to watch.
That shook the crowd. I felt that.
Just a little sidebar.
Absolutely.
My girlfriend came with us. My fiance, sorry.
Yes.
And she is not a fan of wrestling, right?
Absolutely.
She came with me simply just to have a nice night out. And when Brock was on there, because she's one of those, sorry guys, don't hate her, but she's one of those, this is fake. Oh, this is so fake. This is so fake, right? I know, I don't know how I'm marrying her right now.
Oh, let's hope she doesn't listen to this.
But no, I'm just kidding. But she is one of those. When Brock was on there and he did the 3 suplexes, she was like jumping. She loved it, and she looked at me and she said, "Okay, what he's doing must be real."
Of course.
You know what I mean? So it kind of goes to show you it probably is. Like, those are legit suplexes, right? They are making contact to the floor. So, that was just that. I thought that was a fun point to add for anybody else who is struggling in a relationship where there's a non-believer amongst you. Just show them Brock Lesnar, and if they don't like it, then dump them. I think
you're in our wishes, friends.
Yes, but that was good. SmackDown Live was good as well.
Can we mention that Jinder Mahal coming to Canada was a beautiful thing.
Yes, everybody, I know, I'm sorry. Jinder Mahal is Canadian.
Yes.
And we loved him. Not sure how the TV sounded, but it was definitely a lot of Jinder cheering.
I heard a lot of great chants for Jinder Mahal.
Oh, man, it was crazy. Yeah.
Maharaja.
How about you, Daniel? What did you...
I really enjoyed... I want to mention that not just with that, cheering for Jinder Mahal, but by the end of the match, we were cheering Randy Orton. It was very legitimate across the board. Everyone was cheering. So I thought that was really good, too.
Yeah.
That the crowd recognized it, and we were given a good show.
Booing Randy Orton.
No, not
We
at
were
all.
having fun with Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
Because he is Canadian.
Yeah.
And he is our champion. You know what I mean?
Yes. He is our champion.
But yeah, some great things that I just kind of wanted to point out. Kevin Owens.
That was fantastic.
Is by far the greatest heel. what I love about Kevin Owens is whenever his music hits, people cheer.
Yeah.
But like he must work extra hard to get people to boo him, and he does it so perfectly.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? When he had mentioned that we've already had one McMahon screw over a famous Canadian. Like we're all behind him, we're loving him. But just like somebody like Jericho who possesses this talent as well, can make the crowd start booing him just like that. You know what I mean? So major props to Kevin Owens on that.
And what happened and all that, of course, Shane McMahon will be the referee at their match.
I think a great addition to the match.
Yes.
Special referee really matches, you know what I mean? They're hit and miss, and I think Shane is great.
This one has history with the characters. It also just...
And a lot of people, maybe we'll get into this as we break down the SummerSlam card, but are hoping for a Shane Kevin Owens program after SummerSlam, which I would personally love.
Yeah,
because Shane, I think Kevin could bring a lot of greatness out of Shane. We all know Shane's a great performer. You know what I mean? So I think Kevin Owens would just take it up a notch with him. I think it would be great.
Yeah, this has been a pretty good couple of weeks, actually. Shinsuke Nakamura, of course,
the number one contender.
He's the number one contender for Jinder Mahal's title.
You know what? Really since actually a lot of what we're talking about is leading into SummerSlam, let's just go through the card.
Yes, absolutely.
And we're gonna, go one by one, and we'll talk about our personal opinions, not just the outcome, but the build of the match, how we've been going. So there's still no word, unless as of this recording, there something pops up, but of what the kickoff matches will be.
Yes.
The first match I'm going to list off, I hope, is a kickoff match. I personally think it probably won't be. Big Cass versus the Big Show with Enzo Amore in a shark cage. Daniel, it is 2017. We are getting our second shark cage match.
Yes.
How do you feel about this match?
You know what? I think the problem is I do think they're going to put it on the show, on the real show. Yeah. Because, not the real show, but the main show.
The main show, guys. It's, again, 2-hour pre-show. It's going to be a 4-hour at least event. The pre-show we might not watch, or some people might not watch.
I think they're going to put it on because...
The main show.
It only makes sense because they want to sell the toy.
Yeah.
Which was probably the reason why it was brought into NXT. As well, or it was also WWE. It was both,
and the Rumble.
So technically, this is the third they've done in this year.
Yes,
yes. No, except
one was last year. But
last year,
okay,
technically. Anywho, going forward with this, I do like this program in the sense that I do, I do enjoy watching Enzo cut out there and cut some promos. After this, Big Show, I always hear Big Show's going to retire. Big Show's going to retire. He's in good physical shape. Yeah, not the best, but it's pretty good. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know what's happening. We were talking before about how our friends, the club, are going to play into this one.
Yeah. It just stacks the deck more against Big Show, and now apparently he's going in with a broken hand. It's interesting because the babyface, or who is considered the babyface, is going to be the one that's up in the cage. Yeah. Whereas our experience has been with heels being up in the
both
cage,
times,
right?
Yeah.
So with Enzo playing, he's going to play some kind of a factor. Do I think Enzo's going to be up in that cage the whole match and just sit there and witness the club and Big Cass beat on the Big Show? No, something's got to happen. Either somebody lowers the cage or Enzo jumps. Or
unless he's willing to do some sort of Rey Mysterio thing, I don't see Enzo
coming out of there. But something's got to happen. Yeah. I don't think he's just going to be in that cage for 20 minutes and they take him away. Some people have speculated that they may be bringing the two back together. That Enzo was going to turn his back on Big Show.
Yeah.
And that's also a possibility. Like I said, the baby face is the one in the cage, so it's a little strange, right? And the stack is definitely against Big Show. Again, I felt this past Monday's program was good.
Yep.
Overall, it hasn't been good for me. And the one program wasn't enough. So that's why I do hope it is on the pre-show, just to kind of get out of the way. My prediction is Big Cass.
For sure.
I think Big Show's going to do the honors of putting Big Cass over because it's clear that they have big plans for Big Cass.
Yes.
So I
big plans for the Big Cass.
Yeah. And again, a side note, WWE theme songs. How have you been feeling with some of these new ones? I am not
Is
a
it
fan.
funny that I don't actually hate the Big Cass theme song?
Really?
It's generic, but it's like... Yeah, I want something maybe a little bit more hip hoppy.
The way it starts, it's very rock and roll, but then it gets kind of crazy, and it almost gets I feel like a video game villain. So I feel like he'd be a villain to TJP. You know what I mean? Like,
we'll see. Maybe.
I don't know. We'll get into Baron Corbin later, but they've changed his. I don't know why. I liked his song before.
Yeah, I did like his song. I liked his entrance before too.
How it worked.
It was apocalyptic. It was very soothing to, the stuff he wears. Apart. Yeah, and he's very heavy metal, and I thought that was really good.
Yeah, so it's I don't know what's going on in the production side of it. It just seems like they've gotten really lazy. Now, mind you, it's kind of interesting. Side note here, and I'm just side noting all over the place. If you think about someone like Shawn Michaels' song and how popular Shawn Michaels was, would somebody with that song be so over now? I don't know, right? Isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, I think,
but as an homage, really. Because did you know the original one was sang by Sherry Martel?
Yes.
Martel, yeah.
Yes. So it is. Just interesting point, right? Because to show how we've evolved as fans. Second match. This one with very little to it. Rusev versus Randy Orton. They've kind of gone to the whole. I feel like half. Okay,
these two aren't doing anything.
There seems to be two ways of feud starting nowadays in WWE. Number one, somebody coming out and say, "I demand competition," and then somebody else comes out. Hence this. Rusev wants competition or whatever. Orton comes out. The second, a Twitter beef. That seems to be the other way that a match would start off. So I'm not a fan of this. Again, Rusev and Randy Orton, it's almost just been built for Randy Orton to win. I hope he doesn't. No. But I think Randy's going to win. He just did the honors for Jinder Mahal 3 pay-per-views in a row. Yeah. So... do I see him losing a 4th pay-per-view in a row at the, SummerSlam, where last SummerSlam his head damn near gushed out? No, I don't see Randy. So I will go with Randy Orton on this one, but I'm not impressed.
Without Lana by his side, do you feel like, how much up does Rusev have right now?
I think he could be in such a better place even without Lana. I don't think he needs Lana right now. Okay. And, again, maybe we should touch on Lana's new bond with Tamina. I kind of liked where that's going.
I like Tamina right now because I think she's actually... she's given the opportunity to talk.
Now have her go on a streak of wins. But, so that, that being said and done. Rusev, how do you... Again, he didn't need that program with Cena coming back in. Not. So he needs this win. When
I really look at to win.
Jinder Mahal, got to push whatever backroom politics is to it and their brand expanding. But Rusev could be a top heel on Raw or SmackDown, and they're continuing to not have that as a focus. I think we need to start building heels because we'll talk about it later. A big heel just took a big peg down by losing a certain briefcase. So I think they need to build up their heel game on SmackDown. Yes. And I think Rusev is a way to go. Definitely a top contender for that. Perfect. So, but I'm going to say Randy Orton.
I'll say Rusev just for sake of argument.
Jeez. Oh, there you go. Speak of the devil. Baron Corbin versus John Cena. Ladies and gentlemen, as of this recording, Baron Corbin is not Mr. Money in the Bank.
Yep, he lost it.
What just happened? What's going on?
Just yesterday on SmackDown, we were recording on the Wednesday. I don't know when this will be posted. But on SmackDown, he cashed in during the match.
After.
Oh, yes, because technically his disqualification ended the match between John Cena and Jinder Mahal and took the opportunity to cash in on Jinder at that moment. Now, we were saying, yes, you were downstairs, I was upstairs, and we were texting each other like madmen. And he did cash in. The problem is, he lost. And that's probably because John Cena did come up, interfered as well, and not so much interfered, but kind of spooked him, and causing Jinder Mahal to roll him up. Now, I like what that means for their feud. Like, you took my best opportunity to that title. Yeah. But it is also kind of a waste. I think Baron was really cool holding that thing. I think it meant a lot to his character, and I was really excited for a huge surprise one day when he cashed it in.
Yeah, this was definitely a surprise.
It was a surprise.
WWE went with a shock factor and got it. Traditionally, we have seen somebody tease cashing in, and let's say John Cena's at the side of the ring and kind of interferes and ruins that. That we usually see those moments get ruined before the bell rings.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was going to happen. As soon as that bell rang and that match became official.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, oh my God, we're going to get a new champion. Like,
right here, yeah.
And Baron decides to go after Cena. I'll tell you what worked and what didn't work for me. What worked, the shock value. They got me. They got me good. I was jumping all over the place. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it might not be the right way to go, but WWE is about shock value sometimes as opposed to making sense or going what should they be doing, because it's Baron Corbin. I still do see him as a future WWE champion. What didn't work was just the overall execution by Corbin himself. I like that he came back to the ring, because we were saying like, cash in, you idiot, remember?
Cash in, yep.
And I like that he came back to the ring. But did you see him look back at John Cena while he was waiting for Jinder Mahal to get up? Completely ruined it for me.
Okay.
So I mean, his eyes are focused on Jinder. He should be seething. He should be foaming at the mouth. Like, this is my title. But he as he's given that energy, he looks back, and again, this is a performer thing. This is as a performer. He kind of, took the moment away because he looked back at John Cena with his eyes.
Yes.
To like kind of that cue, like, okay, is John Cena up yet? Like, I gotta know when I gotta turn around to hit him. Trust a guy like John Cena to be up when he needs to be up.
I feel like I would chalk that up to him just checking to see if his opportunity is the best one. And because
it was clear to the fan, as clear to me, that he was looking back to make sure that John Cena was ready to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, the bell rang. Leave it to John Cena, a skilled professional, to be up when he needs to be up. Mm-hmm. And if he's not, kick him or do something else. You know what I mean? But that took away the moment for me. But Daniel, we no longer have Money in the Bank. He's the third person to fail at cashing it in. Hurts his character.
Yeah. Carmelo didn't cash hers in.
No, that is some excitement. But again, now some people are saying that it's taking away from the Nakamura and Mahal match. I don't think so. Like,
I guess if you're really set,
you know what I mean. We've had people cash it in the same night as Money in the Bank, so I don't think so. But I'm focused on what does this do for Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
You're right. It adds to the feud. If this was a multi-match feud, then I'd be okay with it, because I want to see Baron Corbin hate John Cena.
Yeah.
And I want it to become a huge feud. But, again, John Cena is advertised for Raw's No Mercy. So John Cena...
we haven't mentioned that yet.
Yes, free agent John Cena is moving over to Raw probably after SummerSlam, shortly after. So that kind of hurts, because I really would like to see... maybe, let's say they have their first match on on SummerSlam, have a second match on SmackDown, and then have a third match, the rubber match at the next SmackDown pay-per-view. Yeah. I want to see like a huge program built from this. Otherwise, you just wasted a Money in the Bank for a one-off.
What if Baron was willing to interfere in Raw to get to John Cena?
Yeah, again,
wouldn't that be incredible?
Yeah. That's what I mean, though.
Yeah.
Sorry, you just painted it a different way. What I mean is, this program to be stretched out over. I fear that this is done at SummerSlam.
I think it might be done too.
When you just put the Money in the Bank out of the way.
I want like Undertaker promos where he opens a casket and Hulk Hogan's inside. Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, this is your future."
Yeah. So let's. I do hope that it. I think the feud's ending at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I hope it does. But still.
I think I'm probably negative Nelly, and I think it's gonna end. Do you have the next matchup?
Oh, who wins though?
Oh, who wins this one? This is between Rusev and.
No, jeez,
sorry, I'm totally lost.
Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel has been fired from the No Wrestling in the House podcast.
That's true. We're talking about John Cena and Baron Corbin right now. I think it would benefit Baron Corbin to win, but I think John Cena will win. Yeah. I think John Cena will win.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with John Cena as well.
On his way to Raw.
Okay, so this one's going to bring up some discussion as well. Akira Tozawa, the new Cruiserweight champion, versus Neville.
Yeah.
This past Raw saw a few SummerSlam come early themes.
Yes.
This being one of them. For no reason, the match just was made, and now the rematch is going to happen at
SummerSlam. He did say that he wants his rematch clause at SummerSlam.
Akira Tozawa is the new Cruiserweight champion. Now go.
I've never been this excited for the Cruiserweight Championship since...
Since Neville won it?
Since Neville won it. So, well, I don't know. I'm really liking this because also I really like the Titus brand, and I think there's a lot of potential there. I think this is a group that could span divisions, that can have members in it who are cruiserweights, members who are in it who are heavyweights, members who are in it, maybe a tag team. I would love them to do a new primetime players. I would love if they made a new group without Darren Young, and Darren Young return to say, like, how come you made a new group? Well, that's me fantasy booking. But I'm really happy that they have a championship right now. I think they're hokey. I think Titus O'Neil should be a manager who, like, wants to be as good as, say, Paul Heyman, but, like, really only gets his guys to win by his own incompetence. But we'll see him develop as a character as well. I think that this is my favorite Titus O'Neil in a while. So I'm really excited about this. I really see him obviously holding it at SummerSlam. That's my prediction right off the bat.
You don't think you're going to flip-flop the title?
I don't think so. Also, it's really good to have a champion, not since Nakamura had the NXT and Asuka's in NXT right now as well. He is a Japanese champion holding the Cruiserweight Championship, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, again, they definitely went for the shock value. What made it work was the crowd.
Yes.
The crowd was hot. They were into it.
They loved
good.
him.
They were going for Akira to win it, and he did. The celebration, like you said, the Titus brand, it really did a lot for it. What didn't work for me was just...
It happened on Raw.
It happened on Raw, and in a non-advertised match. You gotta remember, so it's not like last week they said, hey, next week the Cruiserweight title on the line. You know, it just SummerSlam come early theme just out of nowhere. And
that's a plague that's happened with the Cruiserweight Championship since its inception.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. And just, you know, on the negative side, Neville. He really is like an unstoppable machine. And he's what the Cruiserweight division needed to give it some legitimacy, and to take it away from him out of nowhere like that kind of hurts. I would, because you would want to see just a better build and contender to him. Yeah, you know what I mean. Somebody who's just really working at, you know, Austin Aries' example would have been perfect. I was just
about to say that name. Yeah. Austin Aries has left the WWE. Yeah. I'm really sad about that. Yes. Would have really have liked him to do this, but Akira Tozawa is definitely somebody who I'm really excited about as well. So. Yes.
Oh, and sorry, you know what? I'm going to take it back a little bit before our prediction on this match. You think you had mentioned this to me? Enzo should be going to the Cruiserweight division. Is that something that?
Yeah,
I think Enzo would have been a good opponent for Neville.
I think I would have liked to see that. I as I've always said, Enzo, we've never seen him in a single, so I maybe keep him in the heavyweight, because technically a lot of heavyweights are cruiserweights. Yeah, when you really think about it. I think maybe a short time in the regular division until he moves down to the cruiserweight division would be just fine. But we'll see.
All right. Well, so here's the rematch. Are you going to go with Akira on this one?
Yeah, I'm totally going with Akira Tozawa. Let him laugh in your face.
You know what? I don't. I mean, they flip-flop titles before.
They have just recently.
You know what? I'm going to go with Akira just because I think that this may be a step in getting Neville back on the regular Raw.
Do you think he should go the regular Raw?
Yeah, I think he deserves it.
I think there should be more.
I think they misused him when he was there around the first time. Yeah. And I think he was like, all right, fine, I'll go down to this cruiserweight thing. And he became the hottest thing in the cruiserweights and the hottest thing about 205 Live and amazing matches. So I think again, I don't want to make it sound like the cruiserweights is such a downgrade, but I think he deserves to go up. I think he deserves to be an intercontinental champion and whatnot. So I think this just needs to again, it's all about what we've talked about. Should the cruiserweights play more of a part in the regular roster?
Absolutely.
And I think they should. And I think Neville would be a good start on that.
I don't think it would hurt anyone to see Jack Gallagher in a tag team match.
Exactly.
With somebody the likes of...
Big Show.
Big Show. Anyone. Yeah, exactly. Why not? He was in the Royal Rumble. Yeah. They're intermingling in the Royal Rumble. Yeah. They can intermingle during Survivor Series. Yeah. They can intermingle anytime else as well. The ultimate goal for everyone should still be the WWE Universal or WWE World Championship.
Exactly.
Because that is weight class not defined.
Yes.
They're open weights.
So now a little update on this. Again, another SummerSlam come early match, but this time it will be Bray Wyatt versus the Demon. Finn Balor, so not the normal Finn Balor.
He wants the demon. I'll give him the demon.
Yeah. So, what did you think about their match on Raw? It was the first time ever.
Yeah.
Do you think it should have happened on Raw?
I don't like the build to any match being the match.
Yeah.
But I do really enjoy what they've been doing with each other. I really enjoyed. I don't know how much I probably should have enjoyed it. I don't know how many people found it hokey. But dumping the blood on his head was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of blood it is.
It gives a spotlight on them.
Yeah.
Right? And it's good to see Bray kind of,
And Bray's weird, and the stuff he does should be weird. Yeah, exactly. Except for, like, projecting worms on him.
But with point. No, but again, okay, taking it back to WrestleMania. If he had won the match, okay.
And then dumped blood on it.
But, he was projecting worms and lost.
Exactly.
So, I agree completely, Daniel. Wow, I didn't even hear about it in that kind of way. The best build to a match is definitely not the match itself.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. And Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt, what should have been, hailed as the first time ever on SummerSlam, was given away without proper notice on Raw. Yeah, so that's why kind of just that whole feeling going into the match just made the match not that good.
Unless you really consider Finn Balor as a different person when he's a demon, which it makes sense.
Which is true. I like that they're respecting the demon Finn Balor as a separate Finn Balor because
it's like Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah, it was like Seth Rollins kind of when building towards the first ever Universal Championship match, he was just kind of afraid of the demon Finn Balor. So that's cool, and what they're doing with this is cool. But I think a backstage fight, and then dumping the blood on him would have worked better than a match, giving away that match the first time ever, and then dumping the blood on him. Otherwise, you know what? The mind games between the two, Finn Balor's really doing well with that role.
I really love it.
Yeah, popping out of nowhere as well, and I'm entertained. I like it. I was really excited for the first time ever theme to it. Raw kind of just messed that up a little bit. But I'm going to go with Finn Balor. I think Finn Balor's going to go 2-0 for SummerSlam, especially it being the second time that the WWE Universe sees the Demon battle. I think
I'm going to say
Finn Balor.
I'm going to say Bray Wyatt. And I think
he just beat Seth Rollins. You sure? Are we gonna? Go? I mean, he beat Finn Balor cleanly on Monday.
He did.
Yeah.
I think it is entirely possible that Elias Sampson's the next member of the Wyatt family, and not so much as corrupted as the other ones are, but so much as maybe even a hiree.
Are you sure you don't see a program with R-Truth just happening with Elias right now? It's Elias now. It's not Elias.
Yes, but who knows? Who knows? He can go around. His guitar is multifaceted.
No. But so we're separate on that one then.
Yeah.
All right. Good to know. Women's SmackDown Championship.
Yay.
Naomi, the champion, defends against Natalya.
I was really happy to see Naomi when we went because I always love her opening.
Yes, again, and anybody who's a wrestling fan that goes to live events just has a lot of fun with Naomi's entrance.
Yes. I think... Ooh, this is tough. I think Naomi needs a little kick in the butt because not to say for some reason I don't feel like other than her opening, I think her entrance is more over than she is. Yeah. That's my opinion.
Yeah. And she's really over.
And I love her. I love her a lot.
Yeah.
I do see Natalya winning it. I think I couldn't think of anyone better for the role as well. And then a back and forth.
She definitely deserves it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before the
But as a heel as well. I think
there,
she'd be good. As a heel champion would be great.
But Carmella is the Money in the Bank, so she's almost guaranteed to be a heel champion soon.
Yes. We'll see.
Yeah. Again, I'm gonna go.
She's not Baron Corbin. Let's just say that.
Who I think is gonna win, but who I want to win is Naomi, because I've talked about it before. I don't know, maybe she's secretly a little injured, but her reign hasn't been memorable at all because of the lack of pay-per-view exposure.
Exactly.
And when she did perform on pay-per-views, it was against Lana. You know what I mean? She's been more at the commentating desk, during number one contendership matches than she's been wrestling her own pay-per-view matches. So I'm gonna go with Naomi because I think Carmella needs to cash in on Naomi, not Natalya.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go
Excellent
with Naomi.
Point.
Fantasy booking. I kind of said this one yesterday to you, Daniel. I hope that Carmella. This is my prediction. Okay. I hope that Carmella cashes in on Naomi at Survivor Series during a traditional 5-on-5 Raw vs SmackDown match.
That'd be good.
While they're on the same team. That's my hope. So I would like that one. That would be kind of cool storytelling. Sorry if it is a future spoiler if it does happen, but
perfect.
You heard it here first on No Wrestling in the House.
No Wrestling in the House.
So who are you going with this on this match?
I just said I said Natalya. I'm going to stick to my guns there. Why not?
All right. Next up, there is rumor that this match will be on the pre-show. I certainly hope not. New Day defending the tag team champions against the Usos.
Yes.
SmackDown Live Championship.
I'm loving this right now.
They are doing some good work together.
Yeah.
They were the best thing about Battleground.
Absolutely. That opener.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
The Usos interrupting the celebration. In Toronto. That was awesome. The New Day's music played. Big E came out, and Xavier and Kofi attacked them from behind.
Yeah.
Awesome. They're just coming off more ruthless.
Yeah.
Here we go, Daniel. SmackDown. Entertaining match, but did that match need to happen?
So, that's technically slightly different. So we now know that it's going to be
Xavier
Woods and Kofi. And
Big E.
And Big E will be actually the ones competing in the match.
Which is interesting that the New Day finally be the first people to ask that question.
Yes. Usos, like nobody else before the Usos actually asked, hey, who's going to fight you? And I'm also kind of upset that Daniel Bryan would so flippantly give that away. Yeah. Because that's a strategy. Yeah. That's not something.
No, but again, it's interesting, but what's up with Daniel Bryan just giving him a match just because, hey, homies?
Yeah, I want to be a rapper too. You weren't rappers then to begin with, but... Yeah. I don't like that they made him be a dork and just kind of give it away, but whatever. Like, I understand it's a dork. Other than, so I'm just kind of, I'm excited for it, obviously. I'm excited for this match. I did like the match that just happened, so it was all right.
I just don't think it needed to happen.
It didn't really need to happen.
Not at all.
Yeah, nothing needs to happen.
Yeah, like just none of it really makes sense.
You got to fill television.
You would like
time,
it if they just beat. They took the information of which two were gonna fight and injured those two. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Yeah, something like that. That's a very heelish thing to do.
Yeah.
But fighting them and winning cleanly or whatever, or as clean can be. Doesn't really do anything for the feud, especially from the heel side of things.
What dorky reference did Xavier make yesterday? I totally forgot.
Game of Thrones.
Yes, there we go.
So
perfect. I was trying to remember.
Yes, you gotta love them.
SummerSlam's competing with Game of Thrones.
Who's winning on that one?
I'm gonna say the New Day.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna go with the New Day.
I think they should respect the fact that they are the longest running WWE, technically Raw Tag Team Champions. Yeah. And continue that as a SmackDown.
No, well, at the time, it was the World Tag Team Champions.
It was.
Yeah, there was no SmackDown Tag Team. So they were, and they deservingly so were. And now, again, Battleground was awesome with that match. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to continue. And actually, let's step away from the card. Breezango is kind of teasing it, I guess, a coming of a tag team. Like, is a team coming? What was it, 2B?
Yes. So nobody knows what 2B means.
Yes. Is there a tag team with, Brutus Beefcake? Or is there a double B that we should know about? I don't know. That's how I take it, 2B, BB. Or unless it was 2B continued.
I'm trying to think of...
is there somebody...
Scotty Too Hottie? No?
No.
Could you imagine?
It has something to do with B.
It has something. It has something. I'm not sure.
Yes. So way to keep us guessing. But yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know.
The Headbangers?
I don't know. I would like to see the SmackDown pay a little bit more recognition to Breezango in a fighting capacity.
Yes.
But as entertaining as they've been awesome. Like
Fashion Peaks
yes,
just
it's
ended.
over. They're moving on to something else.
Did you see the little imposters? And it's a picture of fake Diesel and
fake Lancer. But so we'll see what that 2E is, and whoever they are, do they beef with Breezango or do they beef with the New Day, the tag team?
I'm hoping it's immediately with Breezango, and that's the secondary tag team feud for SmackDown.
Are they the aliens that abducted?
Maybe. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
They're the conquistadors.
The next match that I have here on this list is actually my favorite, aside from the Fatal 4-Way match. I'm
obviously
really hyped for that one, but Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks.
Yes, did you see Alexa Bliss this last Monday sitting on her lovely...
they kept saying throne, but it looked like more of a beach chair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, guys, come on.
She was more of a, what's it called, a lifeguard.
Yes.
Up there. And I don't know, I just thought she did really well just swinging her legs there, being kind of like...
Yeah, she's good.
Harley
from
Quinn.
Her face to... her face, but like from her facial expressions.
Facial expressions. Absolutely.
She's really good at what she does.
Absolutely.
And, just how she interacts with the fans.
Perfect.
She's
blows everyone off.
Yeah.
That was really cool. I'm looking forward to this match, of course. Mm-hmm. Sasha can't do any wrong, and I don't like, and I have had people text me about this, that Nia Jax tapped out, and that there wasn't another way to do it.
I feel weird when they again. I feel like WWE isn't doing this as well as they used to.
Yeah.
When they build monsters, they've had quite a they build a monster who loses quite often. What's going on?
Here's another build of a monster on just the other chromosome side. Yeah. There's our friend Braun Strowman, who is like.
Well, now he's on a roll though.
Yeah, he's on a roll.
But again, he's just had he been losing to Roman every week or every. Yeah. Pay-per-view, then no, right? But it was kind of Braun's beginnings. He was losing, right? So then he's not really a monster if you're losing all the time. Well, here you go, case in point, Nia Jax. She's not a monster when she loses all the time. That match would have made sense, and I texted this to you while it was going on, was if Nia Jax had been a champion for 4 months and Sasha just keeps, picking at the heels and then finally gets that big win. That's how that match felt to me. It was that good.
It was really good.
Yeah, but Nia Jax on a Raw, like, I would almost been a safer bet to make it a triple threat match at the SummerSlam as opposed to Nia Jax taking the loss.
Yeah, I think... I'm kind of upset that they didn't take the risk and just have Nia Jax be
in that match.
Yeah, going on to SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But because I don't feel like Sasha Banks is really the risk. Mm-hmm. As much as I will still enjoy the match, even though I've seen it before.
Well, I wanted them to go here, and I wanted them to go with Sasha Banks from the beginning.
Yeah.
Right? They chose to go with Bayley or whatever. But... And it kind of shows you, again, like I said, the wrestling gods at work and getting Sasha back in there again. Sorry, Bayley, speedy recovery.
Yes,
I did want Sasha from the beginning because of Great Balls of Fire. It tells a good story. Great Balls of Fire. Mm. They put on a good match. Alexa won by cutout. Sasha won by countout.
Yeah.
And hence deserving a rematch. But it never happened. Instead, they're moving on to Bayley, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, well, no, if you had just gone with Sasha Banks from the beginning, then you could have had a program with Nia Jax and Bayley or whatever on the side. And Sasha, I don't know if you've been hearing a lot of the real life tension between Alexa and Sasha. Sasha seems to actually not like Alexa. She's done it on Raw Talk, and apparently there's real life tension between the two. Apparently there is, yes. Goodness. So, again, some of the best feuds, Bret and Shawn or whatever, come from that real life. Yes. Now I don't want to say envious, but like that real life tension.
Yeah.
And this story needed to continue, and I'm happy that
hopefully they'll bring that into the surface.
I'm a little upset that they missed about 2 weeks of storytelling because they went with Bayley, and then Bayley got injured, and then shoot, now we got to go through number one contenders match. But Sasha should have had that time to build this feud even more. But hey, it's still going on. I'm happy that it is. I'm gonna go with Sasha. I think it's her time to the time to make her the top of the division.
Yeah.
Because she deserves to be. She's, like I said, can't do no wrong, really. Like, she's putting on great matches. And her title reigns from last year almost don't count. Like, that's how lackluster it was, because she lost at every pay-per-view after, right? So I'm going to go with Sasha Banks on this. I think this feud, they should even go another pay-per-view afterwards with Alexa having a rematch.
Yeah.
I think this feud can be great. Could be greatness. It
absolutely.
could be amazing.
I could totally see that as well. I could see this. I'll agree with you first and foremost. I think Sasha's going to win. I don't think they will do this, but I would love if they did this, because if Sasha fights Bayley again, Bayley is going to be booed, and I think Bayley should be heel.
Yes, a surprising heel turn. Yeah.
Yes, how they will do that? That takes a good writer to do.
Well, they were saying that Bayley was going to be like coming from NXT to WWE, that she was going to be freaking the John Cena.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That she was going to be
John
a merch
Cena's
monster.
booed.
That she, but they won't turn him heel. But like Bayley, she almost needs it at this point.
Absolutely, it's really too quick for them to boo.
Yeah.
So yeah,
exactly, and it's not her. It's the creative staff behind her.
Yeah,
it is like, again, maybe she can't deliver the material they're giving her, but again, NXT seemed to work fine though.
Yeah,
right.
I think once everyone saw her hesitate with that kendo stick, we all gave up on her.
Yeah,
like there were people who
still should be able to embrace the hate.
Embrace. Anywho, what's next, Vic?
So that match, like I said, one of my highly anticipated ones. This one definitely can't go wrong. I think the Raw Tag Team Championship, Sheamus and Cesaro facing a newly half-reunited Shield. What did you think about the Shield, finally the fists coming together last week?
It was beautiful.
Not last week, this week.
Yeah, it was really cool. I really enjoyed. First off, I didn't notice that they never actually fist bump. They actually just like cross hands. It's really weird. But I didn't like being teased too much as they were getting on, even this week, them doing it. But when they finally did it, the whole crowd really got excited. I know that there are two ways for this match to go, and that is either they win, they become tag team champions, or one betrays the other. Do you think that that's a possibility?
My hope for long term is that somewhere, either SummerSlam or in the future, Dean Ambrose does turn heel on Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Because I love the two, the matches that the two can put on together. And I think that they need to freshen it up a little bit with a different heel. But do I see them being tag team champions first? Yes. So I'm gonna go with. And Cesaro and Sheamus, like, wow, to think that this came from the best of 7 series that nobody asked for, kind of, to them being amazing. You know what I mean?
They've been pretty good.
I think they'll continue as a tag team. I hope that it eventually leads to a final. Wouldn't it be cool if they kind of just came back to that? Hey, nobody won that last match, that 7th match, right? Which somebody should have, but nobody did. Let's do it. And then at a pay-per-view, they have that final 7th match. And I think to come full circle like that, would be awesome. But, continue as a tag team. But I'm going to go with Seth and Dean on this one, because what a shot that is to the tag team division, 2 world champions, being tag team champions. We've seen it before, right? DX was tag team champions in the later years in their return. John Cena and Shawn Michaels were tag team champions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stone Cold.
They are mega powers.
Triple H, yeah. So we've had that, and I think that this would be our new age to that. And I think it should, definitely.
And Raw definitely needs
stories there.
That at the moment,
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna go with Seth and Dean just for that. I think in the long run it'll tell a better story.
I think, let's say. I'm going to say the others are going to win. Okay. So Sheamus and Cesaro. And that's only because them as a team won't work that well together right off the bat, since technically they have not been a team for a very long time.
Yes. But again, they did work well together in those few seconds. That was kind of the whole point to them coming back together. But no, you're right. In terms, they're both different people now. They're both former world champions.
Yes. Singles. Then have to think about the other guy waiting at the ropes.
So... hey, that could be interesting. But so you're going to go with Sheamus and Cesaro?
I'm going to go Sheamus and Cesaro.
We have a couple of...
and then they'll go another pay-per-view.
Who's buying the beers?
Ooh.
Makes me think of back in that Roman phase, right? Like where they're trying to get him over by partnering up with Dean. Remember? Like, buying the first round or whatever. Jeez,
Oh, my goodness. This
Beer
pinky.
So wagging of the fingers.
It's funny because I do this a lot, and I really
I do it now a lot. I was talking Roman. All right, so
wait, did you see Roman's tweet?
Was that actually Roman or was it a meme?
I believe it's an actual tweet where he's like, when you don't get invited to the Shield reunion, not a happy dog, not a sad dog. Just a lonely dog.
I don't think that's actually.
I hope it's real.
I gotta check. I'm gonna go check his Twitter.
If it's real, he's my baby face.
Yeah. All right, we're getting towards the end of the card. Here we go. Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles, singles match for the United States Championship. I'm gonna come out right away and say it. Shane McMahon is the guest referee. I'm gonna go with AJ Styles. Let him carry the U.S. title. Let's have some bring back that U.S. Open challenge that he started to do again. Mm-hmm. It'd be amazing. He is the face of SmackDown. Outside of Cena, AJ Styles is the biggest thing on SmackDown. And I think Kevin Owens should go on and have a pay-per-view match with Shane McMahon. Yeah, so I'm going to go with AJ Styles on that. This has been a great story. The matches have not performed the best way because of the title flip-flopping and what happened last month at Battleground. But this match will be, I'm telling you guys right now, it will be the best in their series.
Absolutely.
And Shane McMahon will only add to the match. And Kevin Owens is going to lose and view it's Shane's fault. Mm-hmm. And boom, that program's going to happen.
I agree. AJ Styles 100% will win. I like how they've been building this up, though it's kind of predictable. Though, actually, this week there's debate if Kevin Owens actually purposely wanted to hit Shane McMahon rather than...
Probably did.
Probably, which I like.
You gotta love Kevin Owens, man. He's amazing.
Well, you love when you agree so much, you just want to rush to the next match as well.
Because again, there's not much to say to this one. If anybody has anything different, I love the match, right? Because I've been kind of upset with what's happened so far. I think this is going to be the best, and in their series, they can possibly steal the show. We have a couple of potential show stealers.
Absolutely.
Here. There are, to me, a lot of filler matches, and that's kind of weird because it's SummerSlam and there's some huge names attached to it, but matches like Rusev and Randy Orton of all things is a filler match to me. So this is one of the standout matches. It's good to see. Again, this will probably lead into another form of discussion. All the titles are almost on the line.
Absolutely.
But with the exception of the Intercontinental Championship. Held by The Miz, is not currently booked for anything. It looks like in the future it will be booked against Jason Jordan, but it looks like everybody thought that this was kind of going to be made for the SummerSlam or pre-show match or something, but looks like they're going to hold off on that. How do you feel about The Miz being left off of the SummerSlam card?
I'm upset by that. I feel like he's been used to elevate every other feud.
Yeah.
With his little Miz talk and such. He elevated the reunion of the Shield. He elevated just while we were there. He elevated the not so much that he needed so much elevation, but Brock Lesnar got to suplex a good amount of people. I'm really I don't like that he's not on it. I know he will be on the next. It'll be fantastic. Now that you mentioned Jason Jordan, I'm kind of dreading the idea of Jason Jordan being Intercontinental Champion if he's not a heel.
Exactly. But again, you almost feel like the writing's on the wall, but it's not going to happen, right? Writing on the wall, which is actually the theme for SummerSlam, strangely enough.
Yes, writing on the wall.
Yes, the writing is on the wall for Jason Jordan to be a heel. But again, we're like, if you listen to these shows, it's really funny. I wonder if all these other podcasts are saying the same thing. If they listen to us, really, 90% of the roster would be heels because we keep saying they should turn heel. They need to turn heel.
That's true.
But again,
I want one good baby face to survive it all. Yeah. And I want it to be AJ Styles.
But yeah, no kidding, right? So my 2 cents to Shane. The Miz brought so much attention to SmackDown.
Absolutely.
Again, kind of got drafted to Raw in that superstar shakeup that kind of felt like Raw taking all the good stars away from SmackDown. I felt that was going on with The Miz. But he's being left off the biggest party of the summer. SummerSlam is in the WrestleMania of the summer, the halfway point, and it's upsetting because he's just great. He's great. I can't believe I'm saying this, but yes, The Miz is great. And
what a world we live in. Yeah. It's not 2006.
It is not. But it is sad. It sucks. I don't know where it's going to go from here. He's obviously going to play a big role, I hope, in No Mercy. But what he's done for the IC title and what the IC title could have been, like that lose or go home match type of thing with Dolph Ziggler, the the match where Dolph Ziggler won the IC title. We all know that should have main evented. I believe it was No Mercy. Right? Yeah. Because it would have added, but that goes to show you that what The Miz and, at the time Dolph Ziggler as well were doing for that belt, that it would have been a main event and everybody would have been okay with that being the main. Everybody wanted that to be the main event because it added to the story, right? I think The Miz played 90%,
absolutely,
the role in that title being that important.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, 100%, right?
I think Dolph deserves some credit.
Yeah, exactly, of course.
With that feud, but...
that would have been ideally the way to go. So again, guys, hopefully The Miz comes out strong to keep pushing forward. I hope he doesn't friggin' lose it to Jason Jordan.
We'll see. Yeah. We'll see.
Well, what if the Jason Jordan did join the Miztourage?
Well, I wouldn't see that happening. Just because... Well, first off,
the Miztourage is strangely enough working for me too.
Really?
Yeah, as odd as they looked at first, because I kind of didn't like Bo's biker gear. And I like Curtis Axel's
in his suit
and whatnot,
because Curtis Axel rocks a suit much like his father.
Yes.
Really should be wearing a suit and calling himself perfect. But the Miztourage
is not working for you.
It
gives him a team. It gives him a stable. It gives him
it gives him something
tricks up
to
his
do.
Sleeve, not just Maurice. So
it gives the entire group, every single member,
elevating them. So that's good.
So I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Next up, we got one of the two main events. Clearly, this one is not going on last. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jinder Mahal.
Are you sure? No.
The WWE Championship. Thoughts?
I'm saddened to announce I believe Jinder Mahal will be winning only because of the Singh brothers.
Shinsuke hasn't. I don't believe Shinsuke's been pinned yet. No. So that's. I don't think they're stressing that at all. Actually, they didn't mention that
they
at
should.
all one bit. I want Jinder Mahal to win because I think that they can still make something great out of him or great out of this title run.
I'm almost losing all hope when they made Indian Independence Day a sad thing, a bad thing,
a villain thing. Yeah, I'm
like, guys, just a couple of months. It was a United States' Independence Day.
But again, there was points. I think I was sending it to our friends, but a video of during the Independence thing, it fully cut to a small boy booing with his thumbs down, and it was that image that just went in my head, and I was like, but why are we booing?
Why?
I don't understand. I get when Rusev and the whole Russia will crush you guys, and
he put Putin on the screen.
Jinder Mahal isn't at all even saying India is gonna crush America, or there's nothing.
India has never threatened.
There's no reason for that to come across, and that's if I went and played the Portuguese national anthem in front of SmackDown Live audience and people booed me. I was like, well, why are you booing me? Why? And guys, again, we're maybe this is us Canadians talking, but listen, guys, we're in a multicultural North America. At least Canada might be a little bit more multicultural than the States. I don't know, but like I had said before in a podcast, there's probably thousands of fans there that are Indian or have
Punjabi, have that exact,
and they're looking at Jinder well, why are they booing all of us because of that? No, you should be booing Jinder because he's a heel and he's sick and tired of being a jobber or things like that, and this struggle to just be cocky or whatever, but not because he's Indian. Guys, this is not the 80s anymore. Hulk Hogan is not going to bust down the door and
shove an American flag right up the keister.
Boo Shinsuke then? Are you
no, it's that Shinsuke.
Boo anything different? What are you trying to say? I don't know.
Shinsuke comes out and it's well, in Japan, it's the day where we honor fallen veterans. And it's do we cheer?
Do we cheer? Yeah. It is. And I'm sure in other countries there's stuff too. Jinder.
Stop making this all about yourself.
Guys, I don't know what to say about this.
It's funny because Jinder is calling everyone xenophobic. He's saying that you're all terrible people, and then they're coming back by saying, yes, we are. Damn it, let me.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of give you a two-parter question on this, but first, who's your prediction?
I said Jinder Mahal with the Singh brothers.
I'm gonna go with Jinder. Shinsuke, is it the time?
I think Shinsuke's ready for the United States Championship far earlier than he's ready for the World Championship, and that's just
funny.
That's more.
And we're predicting Jinder Mahal is going to defend the title.
I know.
You got to talk about ready.
That's true.
I think if they were
point.
to put the title on Shinsuke, it would just be too unexpected. Like I almost would have preferred John Cena versus Jinder Mahal. I like journeys to the title. You know what I mean? And I felt like there wasn't really much of a journey for Shinsuke. And John Cena's motives to always to be champion. Mm-hmm. Any champion should at least have one defense against John Cena. It's almost.
It wasn't inevitable. A defense this week, was it?
No, it was a non-title match,
and it was an okay match. I think John Cena could make anyone look.
A lot of people criticize it was like two logs of wood just hitting each other, but that's the style. You got two bigger guys. You don't expect a triple axel double backflip.
This is not Jinder a cruiserweight match.
Yeah, and it's true when I looked at Jinder and Cena lock arms and whatnot, I was like, holy, Jinder's as big as John Cena. So So, okay, Daniel, if Jinder Mahal's reign ends at SummerSlam, how would you rank or critique his WWE Championship run?
Well, I don't think he's the worst, because
we've had worse.
Vince McMahon was WWE champion. There have been worse WWE champions. Yes, I think he's a fine transitional champion. He's the premier example of a transitional champion. Yeah. Well,
almost even like kind of a little bit on the negative, though. He was out of nowhere. He was. So a transitional, almost a desperate transitional
I don't believe this should be the end of him. I think he would be fantastic as a United States champion or an Intercontinental champion one day.
Yeah, like how do you continue him on and then him be a jobber? Like how would
he shouldn't be a jobber. I think I like him. I think he adds up. I think they gave him crap. Yeah. They continue to give him crap. But you can figure something out, man. He's got such a look too.
Exact. And seeing him with the suit and the title is like, wow, he works.
We just comment?
He's a champion.
We're from Toronto here. Yeah. And we have a very large Punjabi community here. And going to see SmackDown, we saw so many people dressed up as Jinder. It almost brought a tear to my eye. It was awesome. They really pulled it off. It was really good.
Yeah, but again, I don't even remember what I was going to say. Thanks, Daniel. That one kind of came out of nowhere.
I know, right?
So moving on. So we're both going to go with Jinder just for the sake of hopefully the championship. Because if you lose it now, he defended it at 3 pay-per-views, but it was the same person. It was Randy Orton. You kind of got to get at least 1-2 feuds out of your system to lose the title, in my opinion. But so main event time, ladies and gentlemen.
The real main event. We know it's going to be
fatal 4-way for the WWE Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, and Samoa Joe.
And if Brock loses,
he will leave WWE. WWE has almost spoiled the fact that he's not leaving WWE.
Maybe.
I don't know. They're advertising him like crazy.
They are.
They'll show commercials for the Canadian house shows and whatnot, and he's advertised for Winnipeg, September 30th. Again, you kind of shoot yourself in the foot with advertisements like that. It's like, okay, well, they could still. Mm-hmm. No, you can't, because a random house show in Winnipeg.
First off, can we mention what happened in Toronto when Samoa Joe came out of the fans?
Yes.
And we were, I know that Gabby, your fiance, was a little spooked, thought that was an actual fan trying to grapple.
Yeah, it was almost hard to explain. But that was good.
That was really great.
Great last man standing match. People have said it's the best in their series.
Yeah.
And I think throwing the chair at him, that the commentator's chair was a highlight, was awesome.
People thought it was great.
Yeah, that was amazing. But,
I've seen many memes about that single chair.
Daniel, the feud, the title match, the match is. I almost feel like it has to deliver. I almost feel like there's no way it won't. It's these guys have been putting in amazing work, and people have been criticizing, Roman's moveset, punch. Well, look who the fuck he's fighting. He's fighting, like 300 plus pound men. Like,
Yeah.
You don't hate on Brock Lesnar's 13 suplexes, but you're gonna hate on Roman's punch, kick, punch. Like, no, he's funny because he's the smallest guy almost in this. Which is saying a lot because he's huge.
Yeah.
And no, I'm a fan of this. Roman Reigns is a star.
Yes.
He's a star. You've said it, that anything they put his name to is important. He's, he could main event and the arena will still be full. I have my personal opinions on that arena being full regardless because WWE is now the brand that it is. I almost feel like it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
But, they do need stars. They do have stars in my opinion. It's exciting because of the two brands now. But Roman Reigns is a top WWE star, not a top Raw star, a top WWE star. Yeah. Like he is... Anywhere if he goes to SmackDown, it's going to be that much more important because Roman Reigns is on it. So yes, like there's no doubt about it. Whether he's heel or not, and who cares? Like at this point, but boom. To me, he's not coming off as that silly babyface anymore. He's not saying tater tot jokes anymore. Like he came into that whole face to face on Monday, and he went directly for a spear. That's what we need to see. From Roman Reigns.
Perfect,
guys. I almost feel like a babyface heel dynamic in 5 years is going to be gone. But you're living in this, this whole era where a lot of the casual fans or people who aren't fans are making fun of WWE because it's not, let's say, UFC. Well, then let's build our feuds like we build UFC feuds. Yeah. Just like Monday night at the end where it was just a face-to-face. You see all the times in press conferences guys almost scrapping it out. So there you go. Let's give it a realistic type of feud today.
Perfect.
And Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar's camera interview. You remember when one was on
that was
camera?
Great.
Yeah. That felt like a realistic UFC-esque feud. So I think that's where we're heading towards as opposed to, the crazy styles of the Attitude Era.
Yeah. If you can rank, by the way, because but compared to the starts of the Attitude Era, I wouldn't say Roman is as big as them, but because those guys transcended wrestling.
Yes.
And right now we're looking for the next guy to transcend wrestling. We need the next John Cena.
Yeah.
As much as people might not like John Cena is transcending wrestling.
Yes, we do need. He's gonna, he's about to.
His memes are bringing
he's moving on from WWE studio films, which again, no hate, but he's moving on from DVD films to, he's gonna be in the Bumblebee spinoff. Who knows what that does for him? All right. So continue. Sorry.
If you can rank least possible winner to most possible winner, who would you rank?
I'm going to say least possible winner, Samoa Joe.
Wow.
Again, I'm going to go with him as least because I personally think he's going to take the pin.
Okay.
I don't see Roman winning, but I don't see Roman taking the pin because he has... Look what beating The Undertaker did to Brock Lesnar. Mm-hmm. Well, Roman Reigns is now the second person to beat Undertaker, possibly retire him at WrestleMania. He can't be taking pins and he went on to lose, the ambulance match against, but still have the last laugh. So that was kind of clever booking, but I don't see him taking the pin. So I think Samoa Joe is my least because I see out of all four men, he's the scapegoat for the pin. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people kind of are predicting that. Next, I would say Braun Strowman.
Okay.
Just because I think him and there's money in a Braun versus Brock one-on-one match. You felt it when the two of them were in the ring alone.
Oh yeah.
On Monday when the other two gentlemen got cleared out in the locker room again. We always wonder why the locker room has to be involved in splitting people apart, but they did.
They don't have security guards anymore. They're just like you're not doing anything.
I think personally at No Mercy it's going to be Brock versus Braun. Mm-hmm. But I don't know why he kind of comes. I think Brock's going to win.
Okay,
yes, I'm going with Brock Lesnar.
We've just determined your four.
Yes. So I would say Braun, then Roman. But all three of those I think Brock Lesnar is going to win.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to say least Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
I think as much as, and I do, if we always have this conversation every time we podcast together, yes, Roman did retire The Undertaker. Yes. I don't think Undertaker's ever coming back. But I don't see him becoming world champion right now, especially with how contentious people are about him.
Yeah.
Maybe in Mania, maybe.
Yeah, but people look like, again, we've seen it.
Yes, I know. But I don't see him winning any time between that. After him, I would say maybe Braun Strowman.
Okay, I just kind of see where you're going with this. All right.
And that's just because I think, again, there's more money in Braun Strowman not having the title at the moment.
Yeah.
I think he's
a monster.
He does not need it at the moment. Then I would say Brock Lesnar.
Holy
and this is only because Brock Lesnar is up against 3 people. And if he's incapacitated for any amount of time while something is happening in the ring, it's a possibility he will lose. And obviously that leaves my top choice would be Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is as much a monster as Braun Strowman with experience in wrestling spanning 15 plus years.
Yeah. And he does need a top title.
And I think
whether it be World or Universal,
incredible. He would be like, he would be on the same level of Brock Lesnar, in my opinion, as a monster,
and as a champion. He'd be there all the time. So.
And he'd be there all the time, and that's what I think. I think there's an upside with Samoa Joe, and that's my top pick.
Yeah, wow. So then, where does Brock Lesnar go from here?
I think
he's not going to leave WWE.
I think. Well,
this is just a kind of feud. You got this whole John Jones, Brock Lesnar thing.
Possibly, yeah. I don't think. Could you imagine if they let him keep the title until then? Oh goodness. I don't know what's happening on the UFC side. I'm not really keeping up with the news too much. I do understand that if he were to fight, he would need to leave WWE ASAP to serve out the rest.
It's still got to be a while till he goes.
Yeah.
But again, Brock's not leaving. But then, what storyline approach do you take to making Brock Lesnar stay? What happens?
I think he could feud easily with.
No, but like he says he's leaving. Mm-hmm. What makes him stay?
What makes him stay? I don't know. Maybe somebody betrays him. Maybe somebody hits him or hurts him to the point where
he wants
it becomes personal.
All right. I could totally see again, Samoa Joe, you put it in a great way of how he would benefit the company and us as fans as being the champion.
And obviously there's a lot of money, and I know they've already done this, but they can do far more of it as well, because I still see a lot of possibility with it. With Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe.
Yes.
I think
they put
Samoa
on great
Joe
matches.
I think, first off, I have no problem with it bringing more of Roman Reigns' family into his storylines. Mm-hmm. I don't know why people are against that.
Like, what do you mean, the cousins?
His whole family. It's just like, why not have them on ringside and have somebody punch out Sika? like he's an old guy. He wouldn't be able to defend himself. He'd probably choke me out, but still.
No, Roman's got to do it on his own right now. They've tried the whole teaming him up with Dean, teaming him up with Seth. No,
like The Rock. Like, we all know The Rock, and like we all know their family.
Yeah.
But like having a lot of those other guys that we haven't seen for a long time, either because they haven't wrestled in a long time, Rikishi is sitting down somewhere, that'd be really nice. Well, they're also, also Usos, but Usos are too heel right now, so you can't really bring them in. But a lot of the other family members that can come in, I think that would make him a more interesting character.
No.
I don't know why. I just maybe because I love you so much, Victor. I think you should be in my life, brother.
People still booed him when Bray was bringing up his daughter all the time.
That's true.
Yeah, so there you go. But yes, again, guys, we almost actually spanned a little bit more than our usual podcast.
Nice.
That's because SummerSlam is Sunday.
It's such a big card too.
Right away. Actually, I'm off. I have a day off the next day after SummerSlam, so we're gonna hit you up with a review as soon as possible. We're probably gonna record that night. I'm gonna make sure that the mic is ready to go. Actually, so we're gonna hit you up with a review, our thoughts. We want to break it down match by match, just like we broke it down now. Daniel, are you excited for Sunday? Not just because of SummerSlam. Do you think this is a good card? 12 matches. This will span. I think it's going to go past 11 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
But this could be a big one. I think the title matches. Here you go. The title matches all have potential of being great.
Mm-hmm. I think maybe, except for the Intercontinental title not being a part of it, that upsets me. Of course, I would say this is potentially even better than WrestleMania's card.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
because a big part of WrestleMania was the surprise of Hardy's.
Yes.
This one we know who's already included.
Sorry. This one was not even on the list that I had saved on my phone. We can just touch on this real quick. Hardy's are facing the Revival, I believe it is. Or is it Luke? No,
it's the Revival.
Right?
It's Revival.
Yes.
And that's always going to be good. I think we can agree.
That's definitely pre-show. So, wow, 13 matches on the card. I'm going to go with the Hardys. The Revival. But I hope the Hardys don't fall into what the Dudleys kind of fell into towards after that initial shock of them coming back. Dudleys did a lot of pre-show stuff. WrestleMania
but they have a trump card.
Pre-show. Hardys are amazing. And yes, are you going to say...
Broken.
Yes.
If they do lose, they do have that trump card to bring out the Broken and being totally revitalized as characters. Okay, if they ever get that from
because I do want to see the Hardys way more than just a novelty. Hardys still got some gold left in them, just like the Dudleys did, or still do. But I want the Hardys to be a much more... Again, I think this just kind of falls down to the fact that the roster's so big now. Mm-hmm. SmackDown and Raw events are going to leave out a lot of superstars. Yep. They are. And so we got No Mercy down the road. I believe it hasn't been official, but I believe a SmackDown pay-per-view is going to come before No Mercy. We don't know yet. It'll probably be like 2 weeks from SummerSlam.
I don't know. Remember
that hasn't been official. I believe there's rumored about a Seattle show, so we'll see. But No Mercy is next for Raw, and hopefully everybody kind of gets the IC title gets pushed back into the picture. That the Hardys have a bigger role. Co-branded events you're gonna miss out and lose out on a couple of things. So I'm excited. I think it's got all the title matches have great potential, guys. Mm-hmm. No wrestling in the house.
No wrestling in the house. In other news that's happening right now, I know Alberto Del Patron has been stripped of the GFW, and the G1 Climax is happening. Yeah. So everyone, have a great day. Thank you for joining us today. On behalf of King Vic, this is Daniel Almeida. It's No Wrestling in the House, and thanks for listening. Have a great one.